Right guys, welcome back to Impact Ranch. In today's video, we are going to shoot the 195 grain burgers. Now, if you watched part 1 of the 7300 build, you would have seen that we had some trouble getting the 180 grains to really give us pinpoint accuracy. So today we're trying a new load with the 195 Extreme Outer Limit burgers. And as a little bonus to warm up the rifle before I shoot my first group, we've got a piece of steel next to the side and we've got a target downrange. So I'm going to show you guys that as a little bonus. My plan is to shoot one group. Hopefully these work. We're going to try sort of estimate the speed. They'll hopefully be round about sort of the 3,000 feet per second mark, and then we're going to go out to 1,400 yards. Let's do it. Okay, so I'm popping 3 in the mag. I'm going to do 1 on the steel, and hopefully we don't sacrifice our camera that's downrange. Okay, you've got ears, because you're going to need them for this guy. We are at 100 meters, everything's fine. Again, we've got our ACC ready to go. This time we actually have a rear bag, so if you watch part 1, we were trying to shoot loads. We didn't have a solid rear bag, so we've changed that today. Just gonna find my target here. Okay, first round's gonna go in the bottom of this piece of steel. Predictions is it's gonna go through like butter and make a hell of a noise. Okay, well that pretty much went as expected. I could see the little hole down range. Okay, right, now I'm going to shoot a group. I'm going to add 3 more rounds to this magazine. Try to shoot a nice little group for us down there. Generally when I shoot my groups, I don't take too long. Oh, I'm finding that because we have sort of the rim on this case, they're hooking on top of each other, so pretty much I'm just going to top load. But it's important when you're shooting groups to sort of keep your face on the gun. You don't want to shoot a group, look around, shoot a group, look around. You want to sort of try and keep that same sort of interface with the rifle. So I'm going to shoot as that sort of T comes in on the paper at about the 9 o'clock position. They're chambering easier than the 180s did. Interesting. Looks good. I should have set up the lab radar to get speeds here. We're kind of being a little bit lazy today. Grouping's looking better than it did last time. I would have probably superimposed it to the top left here. And 1 more is going to give us 5. So now I sort of broke that cheek piece there. Oh, why is it that on the last round they always tend to jump out of the coop? Anyway, let's go have a look. Okay. First things first, we want to see if our camera survived. And we're good. Okay, so let's have a look at our grouping and then we'll get to the steel. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then our WTF flyer, wide the flyer. Keep your mind out the gutter, guys. Looking much better than the Hornadies, so I don't think that's anything to do with the actual bullet. Both bullets are really good bullets. However, this chamber was cut for the 195, so that's why they seem to be working better. That was definitely me, even if we watched the video back or if you noticed that, I took my time on that last shot. So let's see what happened to this piece of steel. Okay, so this is our entry wound. Okay, tiny little hole, and out the back. So, hello. That's super cool. If you notice how it even flares out this side a little bit, and if we look inside, I don't know if we'll be able to focus on that. You can actually see the piece of the jacket that's in there. Can you see that? but you can see part of the bullet jacket actually sitting on the inside of the steel, and then obviously the other side is blown out completely. So that's pretty much what a centerfire rifle does to a pretty big piece of steel. I'm pumped it's shooting better. Let's see if we can get out to 1400 yards without having any sort of speed. We don't know how high the scope is off the bore of the rifle, so we're pretty much going to thumb suck all of that, plug it into a ballistic solver and see what we can do. Okay, so I've set up this camera now for us to hopefully show you guys what I have downrange. What I've also done is I've plugged in sort of into my ballistic solver the 195 grain burgers. Now, the 180 Hornadies that I usually shoot have a G7 BC of 0.4, which is quite high, and that's been validated in my previous rifle. Now, the 195 burgers are a little bit lower. Let me check that. Our G7's 0.387. So I'm going to dial 12. Pro tip, don't put your phone where cases fall. I have seen phone screens crack from an empty brass casing falling on a screen. So I'm going to dial, first of all, let me pop this guy up. Okay, 1400 yards is 1,324 meters. I'll put an exact distance in yards on the screen. Okay, I'm going to dial 12.1 on my razor. Okay, so that's 10, 11, 12.1. Now, very tricky. This time of the year, there's a lot of bush up there, and in some scenarios, bush is good if you're into that kind of thing, but but here it makes it more difficult to spot where that hit goes. So I'm gonna go 12.1, pop one in, and vitally important, I got a spot for myself here, so this is not gonna be easy. I'm not gonna over zoom myself in. I'm probably gonna be at about 16. A lot of people think you need a hell of a lot of magnification to shoot long range, but the reality is you kind of don't. So wind wise, got a little bit of a wind sort of from the back here, so I'm probably going to hold about a half a mil of wind. Right, let's roll. Okay. Now, okay, so that was a little bit of a problem because I didn't see where we hit. I'm going to send another one. I think I'm going to hold a little bit more wind because I think I saw that vapor trail pop up and it actually flies out of my sort of field of view here. And I think I hit a little bit to the left, so let's send another one, make sure our rifle's completely level. Wow. Yo, this is always the difficult bit when you're spotting for yourself. Okay. 1.5. Can't be more than 1.5. That's impossible. In fact, I'm going to hold straight up and see what happens here. This is the thing about long range shooting which people don't understand, is oftentimes it's just trial and error to get on target. And we have a tiny, tiny target. It's about the size of a dinner plate. For non-shooters, to put this into perspective. It's really difficult. I'm not seeing any form of splash. I'm going to try to hold another mil on top of that. Maybe we're hitting quite low in the bush, and that's, as I was saying, the bush makes it really difficult because especially after the rain, what happens is the bullet just basically plugs into the soil and you've got no form of splash or anything like that. I don't want to just burn rounds into the mountain here, so I'm going to hold half with an extra mil, so that's 13.1 with a half worth of wind. Make sure there's no cant in the rifle, because obviously if you cant, you're going to cant off the target. Try that again. Now we've got 4 rounds left, so we're sort of running out of either running out of talent or running out of bullets here. Let me know in the comments if you guys think we're going to make this happen. I'm skeptical. I'm going to be dead honest with you. I am skeptical at this point. We should probably walk up there one day and put a bigger target up there, because this is a little bit silly. Okay, I'm feeling like I'm seeing it's drifting a lot more. Please give me speed. Interesting. I saw smoke on the rock at the back, so hopefully our camera at the rear picked that up. And we've got speed, which is good. 2963. And we hit about 1.5 mil high, so I'm going to come off of that. And now we've basically got 3 rounds to make this happen. So our speed is pretty much there. I'm going to plug that into my ballistic solver really quickly. Boom, save, done. I think what might throw us off here a little bit is the fact that I'm not quite sure how high the scope is off the bore. So that's going to be chucking us off the calculation a little bit. So 3 rounds left. I feel like our wind call was good. I feel like I'm also going to take another half a click off of that. Okay. Oh, again, nothing. They just disappear into the soil there. Okay, I saw that. Last one. I didn't see exactly where it is, but I saw the vapor trail and I'm seeing a lot more wind up there. What you got to realize is the bullet is climbing so much in elevation to get there, so I think the winds at the top there are affecting it. So I'm going to hold 1.5 mil last round, place our bets. Let's go, PK. I'm hoping our elevation's good here, but I would have loved to tell you that hit, but it didn't hit. And that's kind of how it goes with long-range shooting. If you put garbage information in your ballistic solver, you won't hit anything. So that's the lesson of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing me waste a whole bunch of ammo. But I guess it's better than not shooting. A bad day shooting is certainly better than not shooting. Yeah, so we'll revisit this, being a little bit prepared a little bit better. Thank you very much for watching. If you haven't seen part 1 of this build, I highly recommend that. Go check it out. Sorry I couldn't make it happen. I suck. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.